What if your uncle has 5 cookies and he wants to distribute it among you and 2 other cousins, making sure each of you get at least a cookie? How many ways can you do this? Well, to count the number of ways, we can use an intuitive approach by drawing the number of objects, in this case cookies and 5 of them, and drawing dividers between these cookies to divide them into a certain amount of compartments belonging to each of you. In this case, we have 5 cookies and 2 dividers to make 3 compartments. The number of ways your uncle can divide the cookies is the same as the number of ways we can place these dividers in the gaps between the cookies. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps between the 5 cookies, and we're trying to place 2 dividers into these 4 gaps. So the number of ways we can do this is 4 choose 2, which is 6 ways. More generally, if we have n objects and we're trying to distribute them into k groups, then there's n minus 1 spaces between these objects, and we put k minus 1 dividers into these spaces to make k compartments. Now, what if your uncle doesn't really care who gets the cookies, as long as the cookies are eaten? Well, to count the number of ways the cookies can be distributed, if your uncle thinks that way, we take the 5 cookies and we take 2 more dividers to divide it into 3 compartments. And we try to order these 7 objects in whichever way we can. In this particular example, you get all 5 cookies. She gets no cookies because there's no circle between these bars. And he also gets no cookies because there's no circle in his compartment. In another example, you could get 1 cookie, and then we have a bar, and then she gets 4 cookies, and then there's a bar, and he gets no cookies. Well, in general, we're taking 7 objects that could eventually either be cookies or dividers, and we're choosing 2 of them to be dividers and the rest to be cookies. The number of ways we can do this is 7, because we have 7 objects and we're choosing 2 of them to be bars. In this case, there's 21 ways your uncle can divide the cookies. More generally, if we have n objects and k groups we're dividing the objects into, then we have a total of n plus k minus 1 of these random objects, and we're choosing k minus 1 of them to be bars so that they're divided into k compartments.